Drew Swisher here with Musician on a Mission, and today I'm going to be showing you 9 free instruments for your DAW that you should really be using. So the first thing I want to talk about is Spitfire Labs. This is one of my all-time favorite instruments, and I don't just mean free instruments, one of my all-time favorite instruments. I use it on 99% of my songs. I love Spitfire Labs, it slaps, and you can quote me on that. Spitfire Labs, it slaps. Labs is an entire collection of free sample instruments put out by Spitfire Audio, and each of these could easily go for $50 to $100 and no one would bat an eye. They're that high quality. Soft piano is my personal favorite, so let me pull that up real quick and let's see how it sounds. It's got a really beautiful mellow tone, and there are some free string libraries as well, so let me pull that up. I'll pull up some string longs, I think. Really nice sounding stuff. You could get a long way making a string section for a song using just these. There aren't a ton of articulations, but still a lot to work with. You've also got a drum kit. Let me find that. It fits a really nice niche that a lot of other drum sample libraries don't, because other drum samples tend to go for a really processed sound that slots in well for pop and metal songs. But for more intimate indie stuff, this Labs drum set works really nicely because it sounds a lot less produced. Let me show you what I mean. It's a really nice sound. There's a Wurlitzer, a Charango, tons of amazing sounds that you can do a lot with. And if you make music on your computer, you should really get Labs. It's that good. Labs is available for Mac and PC. Next up is Complete Start from Native Instruments. And like Labs, Complete Start is actually a collection of instruments rather than just one VST. But it's all free and worth checking out. So you'll get 7 synths, 9 sampled instruments, and a couple of effects as well. You'll get some drum kits, some vintage synths, a modular synth. So let me show you. This is some really high quality sounding stuff. So here's how it sounds. And that's just one instrument that sounds really good. You also got Analog Dreams, which is gonna have some nice old school synth sounds like 70s and 80s kind of stuff. That's a really cool sound. You could get a lot of work with that, especially if you're doing some vaporwavy kind of things. Complete Start comes with the Contact 6 and Reactor 6 players. Contact 6 is a sampler that's used by tons of developers that house sample libraries, and Reactor Synth is a synth engine. They're both incredible tools with lots of resources out there. For example, the Reactor community has tons of different synths and effects that you can download for free, and that way you can experiment with all kinds of new sounds. So it's definitely worth checking out. Complete Start is available on Mac and PC. I may be a bassist, but that won't stop me from putting Ample Bass P-Lite 2 on this list. Maybe you need a solid electric bass for your track, or maybe you're like me and you can't be bothered to go through the whole 2-minute long process of plugging your bass into your interface. Either way, you're in luck. Ample Sound has made an awesome bass instrument and put it out for free. And honestly, it sounds better than a lot of paid bass plugins I've heard, so let's check it out. And as you can hear, you even get some of those hammer-ons that you do with a real bass. This is the light version, so you're not going to have as much control over these parameters as you would with the paid one, but it still sounds awesome and you should definitely grab it. P-Bass 2 Lite is available on Windows and Mac. Sound Magic's Piano 1 samples a Yamaha C7 grand piano. So while the soft piano from Labs is great for really moody, dark stuff, this one will be great for brighter tones. Let's check it out. So a lot more mids and treble in this one. And It's a little finicky with the velocities. If you don't want it to be a really hard attack on the notes, you're gonna have to turn that velocity down quite a bit. But nonetheless, it's still a beautiful instrument available for Mac, PC, and Linux. Surge by Vember Audio is here for all your synthesizer needs. So Surge used to be a premium synth, but not too long ago, Vember made it open source. The interface may look a little dated, but don't let that fool you. This is a really powerful synth with enough features to keep you content for years. It's a hybrid synth allowing subtractive synthesis as well as wavetable and FM. With 1,010 preset patches, 183 wavetables, and tons of effects, it'll be a long time before you get bored of Surge. Surge is available for Mac, PC, and Linux. Spitfire is back on the list again with their BBC Orchestra library. This is a super high quality orchestra library, and at least for the time being, you can get it for free. All you have to do is take a short survey and they'll send it your way. These are some absolutely gorgeous orchestral sounds. These are some gorgeous sounds, and while there aren't as many articulations as a paid library would have, there's still plenty to work with. BBC Orchestra is available on Mac and PC. Next up is Dext. Dext is a clone of the Yamaha DX7, an FM synthesizer which defined the sound of the 80s. In fact, it's such a faithful recreation that you can actually load real DX7 patches into Dext. So if you've ever wanted that vintage electric piano sound from Whitney Houston and Prince songs, or that synth bass from Take On Me, then you're in luck. It's a really great instrument, and the preset patches that come with it sound really cool as well. Let's check out one of them right now. So yeah, if you want a synth that can give you some really cool vintage tones, this is for you. Dext is available for Mac and PC. And speaking of old school synth sounds, Tyrell N6 is here for you as well. Made by Yuhi, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, I've got plenty of their plugins and never known how to pronounce the name. It's released by an online magazine called Amazona DE, Amazona Deutschland. Tyrell is an analog synth emulation, and it has tons of basses, leads, and weird effects ready to go right out of the gate. And for those who are used to using synths, the interface is probably going to look pretty intuitive. It's not hard to tell what's going on here if you're familiar with them. Out of the box, some of these can sound a little bit flat, which is why I'm really glad that they've got this chorus down here. It's really good for beefing up synths that need a little more life. Tyrell is available for Mac, PC, and Linux. Last on my list is Sennheiser's Drummaka. Drummaka? I'm not sure how you say it, but it's pretty dang good. Drummaka is a drum instrument, and of course there are other really great drum instruments that you can get for free. Drummaka isn't the only one. But the reason I picked this one over some other free options is the list of features. Drummaka gives you a ton of control over how the drums sound. So let's load in one of these pre-made grooves that it comes with, and we'll start messing with the sound. In addition to really well-recorded samples, Drummaka lets you actually change which microphones you're using for each part of the kit. So for example, we could zero in on the kick drum here, and it looks like we got a couple of options. There's a kick out and a kick in. So I'm gonna play this beat on a loop and pay close attention to the kick tone as I switch between these mics. switch out the other kick mic as well. Let's see what we can do with the snare here. There's also a mixer that you can use to set the levels and panning of all of these. It's also got an EQ, a transient designer, a compressor, some reverb for some more in-depth mix control. The fact that this has a transient designer is incredible. They're really useful on drums in particular, so this is great that they've included this. And within options, you can even change the velocity. So if you want a softer tone, or something louder, you can even add in more snare bleed or take it out. Tons of control for shaping your drum sound. If you aren't used to using third-party Kontakt libraries, you'll want to read the email they send you with the download link pretty thoroughly. That way you know how to load it in. All right, there you have it. Those are my 9 suggestions of free instruments for your DAW that you should really start using. But getting great instruments to work with is just one part of making awesome music from home. If you really want to make sure you get the most out of every song, make sure you check out this free workshop from Rob Mays' at Musician on a Mission. He goes over the 7 steps to getting radio-ready mixes and shows you his approach to home recording and mixing, which will help you do all of this way faster. 36,000 people have already done this workshop, and it really only took them a few days to start seeing results. So check it out if you want to avoid wasting your time and your money on the wrong things and learn the 7 steps you actually need to make pro mixes. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, hit that subscribe button. With the power of Drummaka hitting these drum sounds when I've set the velocity like this. That's all from me. I'm Drew Swisher. I'll see you again soon. And remember, create regardless.